Good morning. It's been a busy few weeks and I feel like I haven't really had the time to work on my own personal projects or self-learning like at all. That's what we're gonna do this morning. And I feel like the only time I'll be able to get a couple hours is the morning before the day officially starts. And guys, I am not a morning person, but this is what it's come to. And I'm really trying to stay consistent with my self-learning and personal projects. So here we are. So I'm just gonna take some time this morning to get started on some random coding projects and also some self-learning. So far, I've just been working on setting up a new project. I just finished setting up the back end, including the database. I'm gonna get started on setting up the front end now. And the idea, okay, this might be a stupid idea, but the vision is like a cafe finder / rating app where you can find cafes that are like good for remote working. I love working at coffee shops. I like how cozy it is. I like having a sweet drink, but in New York, it's really hard to find cafes that are good for working. Because also, you don't want to take up the spots for other people. So I personally don't like camping for like multiple hours unless it's not too busy. And I usually try to buy multiple drinks, but some cafes just like aren't really built for that. All that's to say, this is an app which will hopefully help with finding coffee shops to work at. So that's the goal. Whether I can pull this off is a whole nother story because it took me like an hour to set up the project. I feel like I have never once successfully installed all the dependencies and set up a project on my first attempt. Like something always goes wrong. But it's done now and I'm gonna set up the front end. The tech stack I'm thinking is Next.js, which is really scary. I've been able to learn a little bit of React, but it's still very like elementary level. The docs said it's beginner friendly and to have like some baseline React knowledge. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna just try to learn by doing. I don't know if that's a good idea, but whatever. So I'm gonna make a matcha because now that the sun is out, kind of want like a beverage. We made it. It is here. It doesn't taste great. I don't know why I expected it to taste like what I usually get from like my favorite coffee shop. It's definitely not as good. It's okay. We'll get there one day. And there's like an entire slice of strawberry that didn't get mashed up. Oh, I found it. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like... Anyways, the sun is shining. I have my beverage. So, I'm gonna get back to it. For the front end, I'm using Next.js. I'm still pretty new to front end stuff. I've pretty much only done HTML, CSS, and a bit of basic React, so I wanted something that could help guide the structure a little bit more. Next.js is a React framework that handles things like routing and page setup for you, which makes it a little bit easier to get started without having to configure everything from scratch. Right now, I'm just focused on getting all of that set up. The next step is figuring out how the front end and back end can talk to each other using APIs. But before that, I want to make sure my Google Maps API is set up and working properly on the front end.
오랜만이야 10년이면 강산도 변한다던데 넌 말이야 얼마나 많이 변했을까 궁금해 기억을 잃어버린 또리에게 사랑이란 그저 fantasy 그래도 한땐 01243 둘밖에 없던 멜로드라마 주인공 자체의 꽃길에 나란히고 않아 내 손을 잡고 올라타 You're my time machine 널 보니 그대로 돌아가게 돼 눈을 둘러보네 우린 참 잘 어울렸어 거짓말 같아 내 눈이 날 고백 우리 미래 속에 잊혀진 고백 OK로 펼쳐지는 추억의 시간이야 You're my time machine girl 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 You're my time machine girl
Okay, quick update. That took a lot longer than it should have, but we connected to the Google Maps API, so wait, let me show you. Yeah, this is all I have so far, and there's an error. I feel like the setup took a really long time. I set up the backend, database, and also the front end, and I had some issues connecting to the API or figuring out how to do that. I've used the Google Cloud Console once. It was like a mini project where I programmed my video to automatically post, but I haven't worked with Google Maps before, so this is really cool. Definitely learned a lot, and it's also my first time working with a front-end framework, so that's also a pretty steep learning curve for me. But yeah, this is exciting. I wish I had more time though, but I should probably get started on my day. This was actually really productive. I work kind of slowly in the morning. I feel like my brain takes like at least an hour to actually wake up. But it was nice to have some quiet focus time before the stress of the rest of the day kicks in, even though it was only a little bit of progress. And this probably would have taken most people like 10 minutes to set up. I still feel like I was able to learn something, and that's what matters. With that, I am going to get started with the rest of my day and end the vlog here. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this morning. Let me know if you want to see more of this type of video. I really like making it. I know these are a little bit shorter, and I know it's kind of just me documenting my very slow learning process and struggling through it. And there are like thousands of very useful tutorials out there that will actually teach you something. Either way, I hope you enjoy hanging out with me during this because I really love making this type of video. And I really hope that me documenting my learning process shows you that it's kind of a struggle and that it's okay for it to be a struggle and that this stuff is kind of hard and it takes a lot of time to get used to. And the people who are like just super duper good at this, they started somewhere too. So it's okay. I feel like I have to remind myself that all the time because imposter syndrome. Keep learning and keep being amazing. Hope you guys have a lovely day and I will see you soon.